field before we know who wins the state team championship. So we move to the AAA girls 4x800 meter relay, where last year's champion Haverford, who won in a 9:09:06, not here this year, at least in the final.
No, they didn't. Actually, they didn't even qualify to make it this year to this event. But, you know, as we talk about Gwinnett Mercy, we'll also talk about in this race North Penn. They are as dominant as Gwinnett Mercy has been. They have won it 7 times since 1979.
And you see they are the #2 seed in this event. They'll start on the outer. Conestoga, the top seed. And there the bottom half, Cumberland Valley, Villa Maria, Manheim Township, Hershey Radnor, Mount Lebanon. North Penn was 4th here a year ago. Their time was a 9:19:51. That's a national honor roll standard time, and it was good only for 4th last year.
Well, and again, it goes back to, you know, as we were saying, how dominant the 4x8 is in Pennsylvania, always having national honor roll times. But by the way, that is a time set up by the National Federation saying if you run this, you know, you get on the national honor roll, and it's quite a quick pace for everybody. But the 4x8s always tend to do that, particularly in the girls AA and girls AAA.
Well, here we are in the first leg of the AAA girls 3200. Conestoga, as I mentioned, the top seed in this event. North Penn, the #2 seed. A lot of work to be done here as the field is pretty tightly bunched. And there you see North Penn in the very light blue jerseys. They're lagging back about 10th position right now. But a lot of work to do here. The opening 400 in a 104, down to 105.
That's quick. And that's quick. Let's see if they come back to the leader here in this one. By the way, North Penn from 1995 to 99, 5 years straight, they won the 4x8. You see a pattern here.
It's funny how that works sometimes.
Yes, it is.
I think I saw on an internet message board that some of these schools, they actually have a deal with the military to train people to distance run. That's why they're so productive in these events. Of course, that would be not true.
Not true. I was going to say, I never heard that one before.
Little internet innuendo to add to it.
Well, the top 10 teams have made it. The top 10 seeded teams made it out of the finals yesterday. They run the finals. They take the top 4 in each heat plus the next 4 best times to advance 12 to the championship round, and then 8 will receive points and medals is what they're looking for, your top 8.
Conestoga sure looking like the top seed. There you see the gap between first and second, and it's going to be Conestoga leading into the first exchange. Very quick. Opening 800 for Conestoga.
Sure is.
Split's going to be under 2:15, it looks like. They're going to make the exchange at 2:14.
Excellent first split. You're right. That was rather quick. Conestoga, as you mentioned, the top seed coming out of yesterday. They were the 6th seed coming out of their district meets. You know, you got to be, there's a lot of different seeds times. Some schools have to run hard in their districts to get here, and then others, when they get here, they don't have to run as hard to qualify for today's events from yesterday. So those seeds can be misleading a lot of times, but we use those as a barometer a little bit to let you know where teams are at. The Conestoga right now says, you know, they're just running away with us here on lap number 2. Or on rather leg number 2.
Lap 1 of leg 2, 3rd lap overall. A lot of work still to be done though, and strategy a lot of times comes into play in an event like this. But Conestoga looking pretty good right now. You have Cumberland Valley in the mix, and fanning back North Penn starting to make some passes all the way back there. A lot of work still to be done, though. Another lap here, and then still the second half of the race to go. But a very quick opening split here, paced by Conestoga.
Well, you know, another factor in this, Mike, is that some of these people running in this race have also run in individual races, and they had qualifiers yesterday, too. If you're the 800 runner, you're running in the 800 qualifiers, just trying to advance to the day. If you're also running in another relay, a lot of them run by the 4x4s, sometimes double up in that, and so you have to run a qualifier there. So they could have run 3 races yesterday, and then they come into this one. It just makes it tough. And Conestoga, give them credit. The District 1 champs just pouring out, though. She's tying up a tad bit. Let's see if she can hold on here. She comes down the final 200. But she hit the 200 mark there. See if the pack draws her a little bit closer.
Meanwhile, in the back, a push being made now by Manheim Township. Allentown Central Catholic also making up some ground. But this has been all Conestoga so far. North Penn really making a push now all the way into 4th.
Well, they're coming. They're closing the gap a little bit as they come. They have the advantage. There's a group of 5, and it's always easier to run against somebody than just run by yourself out in front. And that's what's happening here is they tend to narrow down that lead just a little bit, but it's still a good second leg out of Conestoga, and they still hold the lead.
But a big push now. Allentown Central Catholic behind everyone as Conestoga starts to hit the wall a little bit. And suddenly now this has become a race at the halfway point. Halfway split of 4:38.
But you know, you got to be a little careful, particularly when you're in the lead and you get the baton. The adrenaline starts flowing, and you could go out a little bit too hard. You got the lead, I got to maintain the lead, and you go out and run hard, and then it catches you, particularly in this race, in that final lap. There's no doubt about it. Now everybody's bunched together here on leg number 3.
And Cumberland Valley pushing in there, and all the way on the outside, here's North Penn. And those light blue jerseys pass into second. And now nipping at the heels for first. And Cumberland Valley, a team that always quietly does so well at this meet. Right in the mix as well in the bright red. North Penn is in the light blue, and of course Conestoga in the maroon. That's your top 3, but a 6-man separation pack right now up at the front.
Well, this is a great race. Unlike what we saw in the double-way where Gwen and Mercy just went out and took control, now you have 6 and anybody can win this one. It's the way it should be, I guess, if you're writing the script.
3 laps to go, and Cumberland Valley leads Conestoga. North Penn is in third. 5:44 split there, and we'll have one more exchange. But really, any one of 6 teams in the mix, and 2 teams not too far behind that lead group. So this could be very interesting. A race last year that was determined by just about a second between Haverford Township and Allentown Central Catholic, the runner-up last year. Hard push on the outside now coming from Hatboro Horsham and Westchester Henderson.
That's a great move at this point. She just said, I'm going to take this lead in the backstretch. Got up on her toes and started to run real hard here. Let's see if she can hold on to that. Here comes Conestoga, too.
So Conestoga, Cumberland Valley, North Penn, Hatboro Horsham. Allentown Central Catholic has fallen back, as has Manheim Township, which to this point has been looking pretty darn good. One more exchange and 2 laps to go here in the AAA 4x8. Those are the top 3 teams as you see them. Conestoga, North Penn, Hatboro Horsham. And the team in black, Hatboro Horsham, has the lead.
And you know, Hatboro Horsham came in as the 2nd seed out of the district meet. They ran a 9:13 to win the district meet. So they're certainly, or take 2nd in the district meet behind North Penn, who ran a 9:11 last week. So,
and now the District 1 teams are really setting the pace here. Conestoga, North Penn, and Hatboro Horsham all in the top 3.
Great race.
Hatboro Horsham, they are wearing the black. North Penn is in the light blue. There you see the gap. Hatboro Horsham, really good close to their 3rd leg. North Penn has been lurking throughout. And Conestoga, which had apparently a comfortable lead at the midway point, still in the mix, and Cumberland Valley very quietly with a chance to win as well as we come down on 1 lap to go. Hatboro Horsham in the black with the lead. North Penn is 2nd, Conestoga 3rd, Cumberland Valley is 4th, then it is Manheim Township in 5th.
Critical part of the race right now. Right now, the 3rd 200 that you have to run, this is the one that psychologically you got to kick it in gear and say, I got to go this one, because if not, you're going to slow down, and it's a long way. That 400 is a long way. You're okay once you hit the last 200, but this stretch right now is the tough part. And I tell you, the lead's getting a little bit bigger. I thought you might see it dwindle there, but it's not.
That's the race for 2nd between Conestoga and North Penn. But Hatboro Horsham, as Greg mentioned, is kind of checked out. Look at this. All the way, probably about 10, 15 meters now is the difference.
Now let's see what the last 200 is. They passed that 200 mark coming up here. This may still be a race. Don't count them out yet in 2nd and 3rd.
Hatboro Horsham is wearing the black. There you see their runner. They have the lead. It is Conestoga and North Penn in the battle for 2nd. Cumberland Valley a distant 4th. 100 meters to go now. Maybe the race for 2nd as Hatboro Horsham cruising into the finish line. Conestoga, a very late push from them. Did Hatboro Horsham hit the wall? We'll find out in 10 yards. It's Hatboro Horsham, Conestoga, really late push. Not enough, but man, what a finish. North Bend takes third, Cumberland Valley fourth, Villa Maria and Allentown Central Catholic head-to-head for fifth.
Oh, yeah.
Great time, too. 9:06.77, the official time on that one, and a great race. Certainly not a record because of the national record that Upper Dublin has in this race, but an excellent time coming in at 9:06.77.
That was looking scary, though, in the final 50 meters.
Hanging on for dear life, Hatboro Horsham, and actually, you know, I'm not going to call that an upset because they had a quality team coming in, but not winning their district meet and then coming back and winning the state meet. You know, you see that a lot, and it's not really an upset by any stretch of the imagination. Great race from everybody on that one.
The pass for the lead actually happened on the backstretch of the third segment. Again, Hatboro Horsham wearing the black.
Yeah, there she goes. You could see that she says, "I'm going to make this move now and try to open up here and see if they'll all come with me." And they didn't. They let her go, and she was able to. You saw the lead develop. She got a big enough lead that she was able to hang on for dear life coming down the stretch. A smart race from the anchor here from Hatboro Horsham.
This is the finish.
And, you know, everybody's tired. You see the heads going back and forth, bobbing, and just struggling to get in. They ran a heck of a third 200 in that one. And they were fortunate, not fortunate to hold on because they were strong enough to do that. But a great race from Hatboro Horsham strategy-wise. Took the lead when they needed to and picks up the win here in the AAA